Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Tittle Tattle Tarot. It's Georgie. And on the table today, the only deck that I really felt could do this one justice is the Tarot of the Abyss. I had to come on. This is regarding Letecia Staunch and the murder of Gannon Staunch, her stepson. Gannon was 11 years old. Now, this is an incredibly long and complicated case, so I'm not really going to do any more than give you the very, very bare bones of this. If you would like to look on Google or look on YouTube, just put in Letecia Staunch and you will read all about it if you don't know. We're basically going back to January 2020 when Gannon Staunch went missing. So this little boy has gone missing, 11 years old. And by March 2020, he's been found. We don't need to look at the issue of was she guilty? Yes, she is guilty. We've just got the court case going through at the moment. But the issue here is she guilty and she's culpable and she knew exactly what she was doing? It was premeditated. Is that the case? Or is, as the defense are putting forward, that she was in a case of psychosis, she had multi-personalities and dissociative personality, however you would term this, and that she was not in her right mind. So she is guilty, but by insanity. So basically, they are the two options we're looking at. This little boy was stabbed 18 times and shot. So this wasn't just, losing it, a crime of passion, losing it, choking this child and just, oh my God, what have I done? This was overkill, stabbed 18 times and shot. And then he's put into a suitcase and driven from where they were living 1,400 miles to Pensacola, which I believe is Florida, and dumped off the side of a bridge. So we just want to know, basically, from the cards, what is going to happen with this sentence? Will it be guilty, culpable, absolutely knew what she was doing, or as, her defense team are saying that she just wasn't in her right mind, that it's insanity. Okay, so I'm just going to give the cards a good old mush up, and we're going to look at this just guilty. She knew exactly what she was doing. And I'm just going to talk you through some of the things. And, these are just a few things that I've picked up. I am not a crime investigator. I'm not doing a crime program here. It's a tarot program. So I will be leaving out a lot of information that you will probably know about. I want the energy from the cards, not all the little dots and T's and goodness knows what. So I will give you a bare bones here. So we're going to look at culpable. She knew exactly what she was doing. And we're just going to pull cards just to see what the cards say about her knowing what she was doing. So I'm just going to fan them all out down here and we'll have a dig down and see what we get. So there'd been no sign of mental illness before this. Before this, she told a lot of lies, but there was no real sign of mental illness. Is that, could we say that she had no sign of mental illness? Eight of Swords in reverse. So, Eight of Swords is, you make a prison for yourself out of swords. So that's interesting that it's a prison sort of enclosed card with the eyes blindfolded, can't see what you're doing. You're imprisoned by, I would say, by your mind, the way this body is all wrapped and sort of confined. It's like a torturous situation that you've made for yourself or that your mind has created. Well, no, this is in reverse. Everything can be released. There's no sign, as it says, no sign of mental illness. This way up, I would say, she's enclosed by these thoughts. Swords are very much thoughts of mental illness. Can't see right from wrong. This is the kind of impression that I'm getting from this. Bound because you don't know what is right, what is wrong. Your eyes are blindfolded to the truth. and you're within a prison of your own mind. So I would say that is very much mental illness. We have it reversed. Let it all go. No signs of mental illness. So that is coming up, that yes, that there weren't any signs before all of this. She did, just showing her culpability and premeditation. There were over 6,000 Google searches. So let's just pull on that. Ace of Swords in reverse. It's a lie card. So, this is all the untruths that she's thinking of to, to sort of negotiate and navigate this path that she's intending on doing. I think a lot of these Google searches were done before and during, and after the murder. So these are sort of lies that she's coming up with. Some of the things here was about how to change her identity. This is all things that she Googled on. How to change her identity. How do you deal when you've shot someone, when the body goes into shock? How do you deal with your body and your mind and everything after you've shot someone? Looking at decomposing bodies, how long does it take? What happens when a body decomposes? How to avoid the FBI? How to sort of pull one over on the FBI, if you like, and how to cheat a lie detector. So, all of these things, this is all the truth in reverse. So yeah, she did all these Google searches, obviously in her right mind at the time, and knew exactly what she was doing. She was paving her way for for doing this crime, for getting away with this crime. So let's just ask very, very straightforward question. Was Letecia Staunch in her right mind? Did she do this? I mean, how can you say someone's in their right mind if they stab a child 18 times and shoot them? Well, of course, it's vile and it's vulgar and it's despicable, but that doesn't mean she's mentally insane. Was she sane? Tell me about her mental health. Tell me about her mental health. We've got the Three of Swords. Yeah, this was just done. The Three of Swords, the right way up, this is, oh my God. Now, you could imagine if something dreadful happened and your stepson had really gone crazy and you'd reacted and you'd strangled him, or you'd hit him and he'd fallen and he smacked his head. Now, they are vile things to do, but you can imagine that if that happened and it was just lashing out and the child died, well, the first thing you do would be go to the police, but you would be in this Three of Swords. Your heart will be, what have I done? I can't believe I did that. It was a crime of passion, they call them, don't they? And I'm not condemning this in any way, but I'm just trying to sort of show you how you would feel with the Three of Swords. My God, I've killed this child. What have I done? And your heart will be so wounded by, this lashing out and accidentally killing a child or anybody. Well, we've got it up the other way. The swords have gone. This is not a guilt. This is, well, I did this. Now I've got to work out how to get away with it. This is not ultimate heartache. This isn't, oh my God, what have I done? This is not guilt. This is not stabbed through the heart. This is, oh, well, it's gone. It's done. Now I've got to work out how to get out of it. My God, these cards are pretty despicable. Well, they are vile, absolutely vile cards. So this is on the side of knowing what she was doing. Full capability, full culpability, and knowing what she was doing. So the defense are saying that, it was insanity. She was in a state of psychosis and she had multiple personalities going on here. She had a lady called Dr. Lewis, who's a psychiatrist, very elderly psychiatrist, not that her age has anything to do with it, sort of mid-80s, obviously very well educated, went to Harvard, very well educated, knows her onions, but she didn't come across terribly well, and she was unprepared during cross-examination. So I just want to pull one on Dr. Lewis, please. So the wise one, well, yes, that is what she was there for, to be the wise one, to be the expert witness. So yes, that was her role. And how did she do at being the wise one? Eight of Cups. She was stuck on that stand, and I think if she could have done, the Eight of Cups is very much, oh, I just want to get away from here. I want to walk away. I don't want to be here. I want to get off this stand and move away. But I'm stuck here and they are cross-examining me and I have to answer these questions. And she was so unprepared for it. And this is like the emotion coming out of, oh my God, I don't know, because the questions that they asked her were very uncomfortable, and the silences and, the stuttering and the waiting for her to reply in, a coherent and a way that made any sense was, she didn't come across well at all. So she was there as the expert witness, the wise one, the hierophant, the wise one, or, whatever you want to call it. She was there as the wise person. But no, she didn't come across well at all. And I think that she was stuck on that stand. And if she could have walked away and left that stand, left that courtroom, she certainly would have done. And her discomfort was very, noticeable, palpable. So Letecia Staunch, during one of her interviews, whatever you want to call it, she spoke with a Russian accent. And I just want, well, tell me about this Russian accent. King of Wands. Okay. The King of Wands, that's passion. That's a passionate king. Three of Wands. Okay, so we've got wands here. I don't know who interviewed her, whether it was a male that interviewed her. I would need to look that up. King of Wands is somebody who passionately believes something. So I am feeling that I feel that if it wasn't a male, it was a woman of a very high rank who had that sort of very strong energy that interviewed her, and when all this Russian accent was happening. And your King of Wands here is the person who passionately wants to get the truth, who is passionate about their job, who I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to understand this. It's vital to know about this. The Wands, just a burning desire within to get it right. And I would say that is the King of Wands. We have the Three of Wands here. Now, the Three of Wands is, you can see your ship coming to you. This is the traditional merchant standing on the shore, and this ship has all his goods in it, and he can see it coming, and it's something good is coming to you, good information, and that is what the King of Wands would want, good information coming to you. He got bad information. He got, well, this interview was not going anywhere because you had this woman speaking in a fake Russian accent, spinning this tale, and he knew that, in reverse here, this is not useful information, this is not truthful information, this information isn't leading to his ships coming in to get anything valuable from her, because it was a tissue of lies. And when you're in the Three of Wands reversed, nothing good is coming out of this. And this passionate man, passionate person who is interviewing her, just knew that this thing coming towards him, this information, was not true and was of no value, had no substance. Let's put it like that. And she said that she killed, during all this insanity defense, that she killed Gannon, little Gannon, 11 years old, because she believed that he was a demon. A demon. It wasn't Gannon, it was a demon. Seven of Wands. Now, Seven of Wands, the right way up. You have the higher ground here. And you can almost see this as, regardless, take killing demons out of this, but you could see this. I was in the right. I am in the right. I have the higher ground. What I've said is true. You people down there, you get away from me. I defend my truth with every part of my being. Get back. I defend it. I'm righteous and I'm in the right. Now, you couldn't get a more virtuous person than the Seven of Wands here. He will defend his position, what he said, because he knows he's right. He knows he did no wrong and he'll defend it. Well, we have the opposite here. This is clutching at straws. This is making up stories. No. This is not true. The Seven of Wands in reverse. This is an untruth. This is trying to fabricate something, trying to make yourself look like, you did the right thing. You were the right person, but you know you weren't. And everybody else sees through it and everybody else knows that you weren't. So her childhood traumas, this is supposed to have led to her multi-personality disorder and, her mental situation now. And all of this, it's all come from her childhood traumas. So show me a card on this. King of Cups in reverse. Now, King of Cups is emotion. King of Cups is very much your king that is very fair, makes his decisions from his heart. Where's his heart? On his sleeve. If you're dealing with the King of Cups, you're dealing with a very emotional man who, he will tell you what he's thinking from his heart. King of Cups in reverse is emotionally unstable. Now, we've got this emotionally unstable card, but what is this relating to? Is this family? Is this family? Is this, the trial just trying to, is this the defense trying to put this forward? This defense team sort of saying it was all terrible. It was all bad emotions from her family. Is this a defense? Let's just see where we're going here. Is this the actual defense team? Ten of Swords. Yeah. I think that this is all, again, I've said it before, clutching at straws. The Ten of Swords is, there is so much here. Ten of Swords can be like backstabbing, it's unfair. It can be that, but it can also be all the things that you have done have come and they've stabbed you. All the things that you have done are coming back to bite you. It's number 10. It's like the culmination of everything. All these lies have come back and each one has been an arrow in her back. All of the Google searches, all of the lies about mental illness, actually, obviously the killing, all the stabbing, oh my goodness, the lies that she must have told to her husband, oh my goodness, and it's all come back and stabbed her. And the traditional Rider-Waite, this is the prone figure with all those swords in the back. And this isn't coming from the outside. This is what she has done to herself. And the King of Cups here, I believe this is her defense team, the male main defender of her, coming up with this story about King of Cups, mental instability. This poor woman grew up with all this trauma. So, we've pulled quite a few cards here. We didn't need too many about her being culpable because they were so down the line and so strong. We pulled a few more on her insanity plea because, there were a lot of things to answer and I wanted to go into depth about it, all about this speaking Russian and, her childhood and seeing a demon and the Dr. Lewis who said, oh, yes, she's insane or whatever she said. So, let's move all that away for a moment. And now we're going to go to the jury. So I want to know one for culpable and one for insanity. And I want to know what the verdict will be. On Friday, the Friday the 6th. Oh, that was the that was the eclipse, wasn't it? The lunar eclipse. Oh no, it was Friday, that was Thursday the 5th. But anyway, we're around that time. So on Friday the 6th, the jury sort of went out, their closing statements were done and the jury went out. And, they're considering at the moment, or they may have a day off, Sunday, maybe they do, but they're looking to come back next week. So it might be as early as tomorrow. So that's why I wanted to get this done. What is going to happen? What are the jury going to say about this case? Was she culpable? Did she know what she was doing? What can you tell me about her culpability, about her knowing what she was doing? And what can you tell me about insanity? What can you tell me about insanity? Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is very much, well, it's the same card. The Six of Pentacles is, you give to me, I give to you. I understand the negotiations in life. I understand that you give and you take. I am purely compos mentis. If somebody is in need, I give it to them. If I'm in need, then, I would hope that somebody would help me. And it's that very balanced energy. Working things out, knowing what your role is. You give, you take. It's a reciprocity of life. So that is culpable. That is a very culpable card. You are responsible. You're responsible for helping this person, and you're responsible for your actions. So yes, I would say Six of Pentacles is that very responsible card. And then we have the other side, the insanity, the psychosis. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands goes in and just does it. And this is the impression that I get with this whole insanity thing. It's almost like thinking on the hoof. With the Knight of Swords, if you see the traditional one, it's a knight. He's charging along, and he's got his armor on, and he's got his sword, and he's just gung-ho going forward. And this is almost like the energy of this insanity plea. It's like thought about on the hoof, and it's thought about, yes, let's do that, let's go with that. This isn't working, yep, we're going with insanity. And that's the kind of energy that I'm getting. So I want one card from the jury. So at the moment, this is the way they're looking at it. And I believe that what is going through their mind is, she knew what she was doing. The reciprocity, she understood. This is a knowing card. Six of Pentacles, the right way up. You do the right thing, give and take. You have to be in your right mind to have this balance. So this is their reckoning. And with this, oh my gosh, there's just too much being thrown at us here, on the hoof. All words with very little actual meaning to them. So one final card from the jury that just sums everything up, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So the Seven of Pentacles, I don't think this is going to take very long. A Seven of Pentacles card the right way up. This is laboring and toiling over things. This could be being deliberating over this case for weeks, just going on. Half the jury think this, half the jury think that. It goes on and on and on, because you need to get, I don't know whether you need to get all 12 of them agreeing, or you need to get a huge percentage of them agreeing, but they can't agree. And this would be, the Seven Pentacles. Oh my God, let's just get this done. Oh God, is this worth the squeeze on this? Because my God, I'm away from my family. This is dragging on. let's just get this done. It's taking forever. You know, she's baking these cakes or breads one at a time and thinking, oh my God, this is taking so long. I'm hot, I'm exhausted. But this way up, I think this is going to be a very quick decision. I think Monday or Tuesday, they will be back. And that's why I wanted to hop on now. They're not going to be deliberating for days and days over this. Monday or Tuesday, they'll be back in that courtroom. So will they find Letecia Staunch guilty of murder, culpable, totally culpable? What will be their thoughts and their verdict on culpable? Wheel of Fortune upright. And what will be their thoughts on insanity? Guilty by insanity. Guilty by insanity. Well, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. You reap what you sow, don't you? You know, it's kind of whatever you've done in life, you have to pay the consequences. The Wheel of Fortune is upright. So guilty by culpable means she knew what she was doing. I think that the Wheel of Fortune in this case being upright is, yes, she knew. We know that she knew what she was doing. She wasn't being trampled over by the Wheel of Fortune. She wasn't underneath the wheel. She was very much on top of her wheel. She did it full knowing what she was doing. And justice, we have justice the right way up. So I'm seeing this as backing this one up. No, it's justice. Justice was done. She was not found guilty of being insane. The justice is that she was found guilty of culpable murder. Let me just clarify on that one. The hangman, the hanged one in reverse. Now, there's no death penalty here. This is a life sentence. As far as I know, please tell me if you know otherwise. The hanged one in reverse, yeah. This is not going to work. This, you know, whole insane thing, this is not going to work. Let me just move all this over. That is not going to work. The hanged one in reverse, you know, even if it had been the right way up here, this is the jury looking at this and taking their time, looking at it, looking at all the evidence, you know, trying to sort of view this as perhaps a psychotic episode, trying to look at everything. And they do give it attention. It's their job to do that, no matter how far-fetched it might seem. They give it their attention, but it's up the other way. They let it go. They let it go. They cut themselves down from looking at this in that sort of twisted way. No, I believe that they will find her guilty through the cards. They will find her guilty and culpable of what she did. She was not in any way in psychosis. She did not have any kind of mental illness at all. It was premeditated against this poor little 11-year-old boy. May he rest in peace. This woman will be serving a life sentence in prison, and you know, she will not have the comfort of going to a more relaxed, a kinder environment in a mental prison. Let's put it like that. I think it will be a softer incarceration, shall we say, at a mental institution. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but it will be a very different experience over here. She is going to be found guilty, and she knew exactly what she was doing. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. As I say, I can't go into deep detail on this because it was a 5-week trial, and there's so much. So I've literally done the bare bones and got the energy from the jury. Please let me know what your thoughts and feelings are. The cards are unequivocal. They believe that she will get justice for being a murderer, being culpable, premeditated, and that is everything that she did, and she will get justice for that. And the jury will find her guilty of culpable murder. Oh, Right, my dears, thank you so much. I had to come on and do that. So because I feel like the result or the jury are coming in very, very soon. So let's leave it there. And I will be back very soon with hopefully something a little bit lighter. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.